At the beginning of the story, we see a local criminal named Chan and his two companions, Lek and Kat, chasing a couple. The terrified couple runs toward the forest, but soon the gangsters catch them and brutally kill them. The scene then shifts, and we are introduced to another couple, Yuth and Ba. They are deeply in love and plan to marry soon. However, Yuth's parents are not happy about their relationship because Ba is mute. Moreover, her father abandoned her and her mother for another woman, leaving them in a poor financial situation. Despite all this, Yuth still chooses to be with Ba. One day, while Yuth and Ba are returning home after catching crabs by the river, some village bullies throw stones at Ba to harass her. She gets hurt on the head and starts bleeding. Yuth rushes her home, where Ba's mother applies medicine to her wound and tells her to rest. Afterward, Ba's mother visits Yuth and tells him that he should stop meeting Ba because he deserves a better girl and a good family. But Yuth replies that he truly loves Ba and doesn't care about what the villagers think. Even though everyone is against them, Yuth decides to stay with Ba. The next day, they meet again and go fishing together, spending time happily. In the same village, Chan and his two partners also live. They seem to have no purpose other than hurting people and stealing money. Chan's wife often scolds him for his behavior, but he never listens. One day, as Yuth and Ba are returning home with a bucket full of fish, Chan and his men stop them and snatch their bucket. Chan then starts harassing Ba, and Yuth tries to protect her, but the gang overpowers him and beats him up. At that moment, Chan's wife appears and rescues Yuth and Ba from them. Later that evening, when Yuth returns home, his father once again tells him to go to Bangkok and find a job. Yuth, however, prefers the peaceful life of the countryside and refuses to leave. The next morning, a banana thief steals from a local shop. Ba happens to pass by with bananas in her hand, and the shopkeeper mistakenly assumes she is the thief. Because she is mute, Ba can't defend herself and runs away crying. That same day, Yuth's mother visits Ba's mother and says she won't allow her son to marry a mute girl. Ba overhears their conversation and feels deeply heartbroken. She walks away to the fields and wonders why everyone in the village hates her so much. Soon after, Yuth finds her, hugs her tightly, and promises never to leave her, assuring her that they will marry soon. They then go fishing again, but while Yuth is fixing the fishing net, Chan and his men arrive, kidnap Ba, and take her into the forest. There, Chan tries to forcibly undress her. Ba resists, but the three of them beat her brutally. Meanwhile, Yuth realizes Ba is missing and starts searching for her. He finds one of her slippers and senses she's in danger. He rushes into the forest and discovers Chan and his men attacking Ba. He tries to fight them, but is overpowered and beaten badly. Chan then assaults Ba and later kills both Ba and Yuth. The gang buries their bodies deep in the forest. When Ba doesn't return home that night, her mother becomes worried. The next morning, she visits Yuth's house and learns that he, too, hasn't come home. Both families begin searching for their children. They meet a man who tells them he saw Chan and his men following Yuth and Ba. The parents immediately go to confront Chan, but he threatens them and drives them away. They go to the police station to file a missing report and tell the officer about their suspicions. The officer says there's no solid evidence against Chan, so they can't take action yet. He also suggests that maybe the young couple ran away to start a new life in the city. Later, we see Lek wandering alone in the forest. He feels deeply guilty about the crime and wants to change his life. Chan and Kat approach him, asking if he's okay. Lek confesses that he can't live with the guilt anymore and tells them they should stop their evil acts. Chan gets angry, pulls out his gun, and threatens Lek, warning him that if he ever tells the police, he'll be killed. The three then go hunting in the forest. While searching for animals, they suddenly see Ba's ghost. Terrified, they run for their lives. That night, the three of them are drinking and partying with some girls. Lek excuses himself to go to the bathroom, but outside he sees a woman dressed in white standing in the dark. As he approaches her slowly and turns her around, he realizes it's Ba. Shocked and terrified, Lek runs back to his friends in panic. Later that night, when they all go home, Ba's spirit continues to haunt them. Lek, especially, is the most scared. Every time he tries to sleep, he keeps seeing Ba's face again and again. Ba's spirit continues to haunt Lek, appearing again and again in his dreams. Terrified, Lek can't sleep all night. The next morning, he meets Fet and tells him about the horrifying incident he experienced the previous night. Fet is shocked and says that he, too, has been having similar visions of something evil. Lek advises him to leave the village and find a job in the city so he can escape the danger. He warns that if the villagers ever find out about their crimes, they will destroy them. But Fet says that for people like them, it's hard to get a job in the city, so they'll have to stay in the village. Later, all three of them, Chan, Lek, and Fet, go hunting in the forest once again. During the hunt, Ba's spirit appears before Lek and starts following him. Terrified, Lek runs for his life, but suddenly someone hits him on the head with a wooden branch, killing him instantly. Later, Fet goes to the bathroom to wash up, but there he also sees Yuth's spirit. The sight horrifies him, and he runs away in panic. The next morning, Fet, terrified by what's been happening, goes to a temple and prays for his life. Afterward, he meets Chan and tells him that he's going to confess everything to the villagers. Hearing this, Chan becomes furious, punches Fet in the face, and orders him to stay quiet. But Fet insists that he can't live with the guilt anymore and will tell the truth. Chan starts beating him violently and threatens to kill him if he says a word. Out of fear, Fet finally keeps silent. That night, Chan also has a nightmare. In it, Yuth and Ba's spirits tie him to his bed and move toward him with an axe, tormenting him. The next day, Fet is fishing by the river when he hears strange, eerie sounds. Nervous, he looks around but sees no one. Suddenly, he hears something splashing in the water. Terrified, he tries to run, but an unseen force grabs him from behind and pulls him underwater, drowning him to death. After Fet and Lek's mysterious deaths, Chan's father becomes worried about his son. He advises Chan to confess his crimes, warning him that if he doesn't, he'll meet the same fate as his friends. But Chan refuses, afraid that if he confesses, the villagers will hand him over to the police and he'll be sent to prison. That night, while Chan is sleeping with his wife, he hears strange noises coming from the kitchen. He wakes her up and asks if she heard them too, but she angrily scolds him for disturbing her sleep. She goes back to bed, and Chan also tries to sleep again, but soon he hears the same sounds. Trembling with fear, he gets up and tries to turn on the lights, only to find that the bulbs are dead. Afraid of the dark, Chan decides to light a candle. But as soon as he does, the flame suddenly goes out on its own. He lights it again, and when he turns around, Ba's ghost is standing right behind him. Shocked and terrified, Chan grabs a knife and starts stabbing her repeatedly. After a few moments, he realizes, to his horror, that he wasn't stabbing Ba's ghost, but his own wife. She dies from the injuries, and Chan breaks down, crying uncontrollably over what he's done. Just then, a shadowy figure appears behind him and strikes him, knocking him unconscious. When Chan wakes up, he finds himself tied up. To his shock, Yuth and Ba appear before him, alive. Chan is stunned and speechless. Yuth and Ba reveal that Chan and his men had buried them alive in the forest. After the gang left, it began to rain heavily, and the wet soil allowed them to crawl out and escape death. They nursed each other's wounds and decided to hide in the forest until they were fully recovered. Once healed, they swore revenge. They realized that to destroy evil, they had to become as ruthless as their enemies. One by one, they hunted down Chan's partners and killed them all. Now, with Chan as the last one left, he begs for his life, pleading for mercy. But Yuth and Ba ignore his cries and kill him, completing their revenge. With that, the story comes to an end.